I'm going to talk about the workflow backlog that we had, a demand from our various business partners for workflows, how we kind of evolved to evaluating different workflow solutions, our launch methodology, and then kind of a year in review. We've actually been using this solution for 1 year to this month, so it's actually a good time to be talking about this. But McDermott is a big Microsoft shop. We have a large SharePoint platform, and SharePoint has the capability with certain plugins to manage workflows. So there's a workflow component of SharePoint called Nintex. It's a third-party plugin product. And as we came to look at some of the workflow demands that we were getting from our business partners, we attempted to take a look at the Nintex plugin for SharePoint. Now, again, we have a large SharePoint farm, many users, and so we went to our vendor partners and asked, what can we do to deploy workflows on this already well-invested platform that we have here at McDermott? We talked with our Nintex vendor, and they informed us that yes, certainly this plugin can manage workflows for you. There's lots of features for this, and let's do a pilot of that. So we took a look at the backlog of our workflow demand, and we had some ideas for workflows. Most of the demand was coming from our finance and supply chain partners. And so we started gathering up some of what the workflow requests were. Now, a little bit further background. A lot of new leadership came into McDermott in the 2015 year. McDermott is a 94-year-old company. McDermott has never had an ERP system. We have very disparate systems with lots of integrations in between them, a very complex application landscape. The previous CIO to our current leadership had a completely different approach to IT, and it was definitely a point solution, best-in-class kind of solution. So with that kind of approach, you have a lot of applications and integrations that are needed to make business processes function. And so when a lot of the new leadership came in, there was a lot of manual processes that were happening. And so they reached out to our IT, the IT function, asking how we could help them. And so as we were looking at this Nintex and SharePoint combination for little workflows to develop to help them with some of these simple manual processes, we offered them kind of our standard software development lifecycle process to engage with IT, meaning that you put in a request, we go through a requirements phase where we gather all of your requirements, and then the IT department goes through the development phase, and then we bring it back to the users for user acceptance testing and go live, right? Your standard development methodology. Well, our users were not thrilled with that because obviously it's very cumbersome and kind of the standard way that you operate with IT. And so we said, well, let's get a look at the demand. We brought all of the demand in and realized, wow, we have quite a bit of demand. Just not even trying. We kind of scraped the surface, and we came up with close to 50 backlog workflow requests from the various, just the two functions actually that we were initially engaging with, finance and supply chain. So we thought to ourselves, well, can the users develop these workflows themselves without having to go through the IT SDLC process? So we started looking closer at Nintex and tried to determine, of these 48 or 50 workflows that we have, how complex are they? What is the routing complexity, for example? Is this something that a semi-tech savvy user in finance, for example, could develop in this Nintex platform? What are the SLAs? How quickly does each step of the workflow need to be responded to make the business process a success? what is the security that's required on each of these workflows? This was a big part of some of the issues that we had when we started talking with our HR function. And kind of what we came to realize was that a lot of this backlog could not be satisfied using this Nintex and SharePoint combination. So what we said was, well, let's take a look and see what's out there in the market that can do what we need to get done and eliminate the requirement for the functions to have to come through IT to get this done. So again, we included Nintex in the initial evaluation, but we realized quickly that there were too many limitations. SharePoint only retains workflow history for approximately 60 days after the completion of a workflow. And for auditable processes, this was not sufficient. So that was a non-starter for many of our processes that we were trying to workflow. We had the issue of what happens when you have an in-flight, something that's flowing through a workflow, and then you need to change that workflow. And there was no easy way to handle this kind of versioning requirement that we had. So there were many reasons why we said, we don't think Nintex is going to work. Other limitations here are Nintex workflows rely on a job timer. They're not actually dynamic. There's you set up a form, and then a job scheduler runs in the background to push it to the next step. So some of the things where we really wanted kind of more real-time sort of responses weren't going to be a candidate for this combination of platforms. So again, we went out into the marketplace, had no idea what was out there in this day and age for workflow systems. And actually myself and my technical team kind of did some vendor pre-qualification on what we found in the marketplace. We probably pulled in about 8 different what we would consider BPMs or workflow systems. And we narrowed it down to these 3, KiSSFLOW, AgilePoint, and Run My Process. Those seemed to be the most self-service friendly, if you would. So we brought those 3 in front of our partners in the finance department and the supply chain department and did some demos. We had the vendors come in and do some demos for us. And we had a whole, scoring and vendor evaluation criteria that we had set up. And then we went ahead and started using a couple of the systems on some free trials that they offered us. And of course, we had to get a review with our cybersecurity team to make sure that there was no issues there with the security. And from that, we kind of came out that KiSSFLOW easily won basically the evaluation from the standpoint of our customers. And these are just a couple of sound bites. One of our finance leads, was like, "This is so easy, even my mom could do this." And it was extremely intuitive and straightforward. Really, the watermark for our evaluation was that I don't need to call IT to do this. I can literally do this by myself. And so while the others in the evaluation were definitely capable, as soon as our finance friends or our supply chain friends started to see any sort of coding or any sort of technical aspects in the platform, they shut down. They were not interested. They were, I wouldn't say intimidated, but they were just not interested in that. And KiSSFLOW had none of that. It was a simple wizard kind of walkthrough to develop a workflow and deploy a workflow, and they loved it immediately. So we went through and formulated our launch strategy. We started out with a 6-month kind of pilot period with our finance team. And they had one particular workflow, a fairly complicated CapEx, capital expenditure workflow that required a lot of approvals that they wanted to develop and deploy out. And they were able to quickly do that and launch it out, and without even a big, campaign as to here's how you work this system, it was able to be used by pretty much everyone. It was really, truly bore out as being intuitive. And so what we said was, okay, we'll let these two functions, supply chain and finance, just go ahead and start using the platform. We bought enough licenses to let them work through their workflow backlog and just see what kind of organic growth we get out of that. And then after that 6-month period, we worked with KiSSFLOW and bought some more licenses, enough for all of our functions basically to work off their workflow backlogs themselves. So we did more of a global launch at that point, and we partnered with Orangescape, which is the producer of KiSSFLOW, and they actually came with us to our large locations. Our corporate offices are here in Houston. We did a launch here in November, and then we went to Dubai, which is actually where our largest user base is in Dubai. So we went there the next month, and then we did another launch in our Far East offices, which is in Kuala Lumpur and Indonesia, Batam, Indonesia. So we just kind of announced it as this new platform that we're introducing to help you with some of your manual processes. We talked about kind of the support model, where if you do need help, the workflow developers themselves will be the level 1 of your support contact. So whoever is nominated to develop workflows within your function, that will be your level 1 support. And then level 2 and beyond was with the vendor, basically, was with the KiSSFLOW vendor. There's a chat support capability and lots of online support available for users. And so it was extremely successful. Our CIO is completely behind this platform and announced it as another part of his modernization journey as we bring McDermott kind of into the 21st century with some various tools. We branded the KiSSFLOW platform internally as McDermott Workflow, and so that's what you'll be seeing on a lot of these slides. Simple reason, our CFO simply did not like the implication of KiSSFLOW. So he wanted it, keep it simple, stupid. So he wanted to rebrand it, and so we did. We rebranded it as McDermott Workflow. But all it is KiSSFLOW, our instance of KiSSFLOW. And so as we went out on our campaigns, this is kind of how we sold it. It's you're able to automate your business processes. It's a modern look and feel. It has iPhone and Android apps that allow you to interact when you're remote, and allows you to track everything about your process in one single repository. And so we sold it, like we said, as something that anyone could use, and it was quickly adopted in our organization. And we're receiving accolades to this day on how happy people are with the ability to use this platform. So our methodology was that we said, look, not everybody is going to be a creator of workflows. We need you to nominate one to 3 creators for your function based on kind of the size of your function. And those people will be given the special license that allows you to actually develop the workflows. And then, try out a few of the workflows that you have in mind. Just simple HR is the busiest function in this platform. They have so many little forms and little approval processes that they quickly wrote several of them themselves and published those out, and they, to this day, continue to be the largest user of the platform. And so we have the concept of a tech hut here in IT, which is where in each of our major locations, the IT department just kind of has an open forum for any questions on any IT tool. So we added McDermott Workflow to that Tech Hut curriculum, if you will, just to see how much support they needed. And so 1 year later, to the date, actually, we now have over 23,000 workflow items that have flown through on the platform, 130 or more active workflows that, that IT has had nothing to do with, essentially, which is wonderful, because It's satisfying to our functions. They get to have all of the reporting that they need, all of the development that they need. They're able to do themselves, and they get to kind of own their processes and kind of understand where their bottlenecks are in their own processes, and kind of see where things are waiting on certain people or certain parts of the process. All of that reporting is built into the platform, and it's really given them a sense of empowerment over their own destiny, if you will. So they've been making changes to their workflows, adding more workflows, and we're reporting out on kind of how many each department is developing, just so we can understand the utilization and the adoption rate. But overall, the stats are looking very well. It's been very well adopted, and it really has truly lived up to its ease of use claims. But most importantly for us as an organization, the total cost of ownership of this platform has bore out, because it has not been a huge support burden for IT, which is often, part of the consideration for us when we introduce a new platform.